Richard Dawson, End of the Middle. It was my birthday last Friday, and this came out on the 14th of February on my 53rd birthday, and what a present it was. Probably the best present I got, to be honest. Thank you, Richard. You know, one of my favourite artists making music right now. His last 3 albums have been up there as my favourite of the last decade or 8 years. You know, there's not words to describe how much I love Richard Dawson. So, you know, there was no way in the world I wasn't going to give this 10 more listens, probably 100 more listens. I don't know if you've heard Peasant, which was a sort of folk album, 2020, which was more of a rock album, and then Ruby Chord, which sort of fell in the middle. But yeah, track one would suggest we're more on the Ruby Chord, and I think that was the feeling of the album. But yeah, the first track on Ruby Chord was 40 minutes. This was only 3 minutes. You know, he could sing the dictionary with his guitar playing, and I'd still give it an 8 out of 10. It's his voice, the guitar. He just beats his guitar sometimes, or he plays it beautifully, and the delivery that stands out from the thousands of other artists and bands that I listen to every year. He's just special. Early impressions is that, you know, you're probably not going to convert many new fans with this. You know, 2020 I think was his effort to be a little bit more pop, and it's actually my favourite album. No surprises really as a Richard Dawson fan, but he's never been one to compromise. His lyrics are always some of the best, but they take a while to sink in, so I didn't really notice what they were about. I don't know if it's... Usually his albums are a story from beginning to end. I'm not sure if that's the case here. Track 2 had a bit of the two halves about it, but yeah, we're not going to rock out too much. Not overly blown away on first listen, but I never am with his albums, and I know by the time I give this the 10th or 100th listen, I'll absolutely adore it. You know, thank the Lord for Richard Dawson. Starting off with a 9 out of 10, but every chance it'll be a 10, because the man is blooming special. 9 out of 10.